Well, it was a moving moment at last night's State of the Union. Delilah Coleman and her father Marcus were honored with a huge round of applause after President Trump urged Congress to pass Delilah's law. In 2024, when Delilah was just 5 years old, her family's car was hit by an 18-wheeler driven by an illegal immigrant who got a commercial driver's license in California. It's a miracle Delilah survived, but her life will never be the same. And now the Trump administration is taking action to protect innocent Americans. And we are honored tonight to have Delilah and her father Marcus join us here again in studio. Great to see you both. The whole country saw you last night at the State of the Union. Tell us about what it was like in the room and what it means for Delilah's future in this piece of legislation.
It was actually amazing inside the room. It was surreal, something that we were not ready for. And right now, I just know that her name's going to be solidified in history and at least in the law books for safety. And that's my major campaign.
So the president announced Delilah's law. What does this piece of legislation mean?
So there's about 7 pieces to it. He mentioned last night the non-domiciled CDL, which is a huge portion of it. And we're still fighting for some other stuff also, such as the brokers being held accountable. They're the main root cause for the non-domiciled CDL drivers being out.
So when you say the word broker, what does that mean? Is that a driving school that is giving out commercial driver's licenses to illegal aliens? What is a broker?
No, the broker is the middleman. So if you have a company, Target, Walmart, they're trying to ship a commodity across, they're the ones that facilitate the shipment. They're going to find the carrier. So that broker is the middleman person. The broker is well knowledge in what company they're going to hire, how many trucks they have, if their FMCSA score is good or not. They're choosing to hire companies that are not vetted. They're choosing to hire companies that hire illegal immigrants because the rates are lower, therefore their profits are larger. So they're putting their profits over the safety of American lives, and they're doing this repeatedly.
And you are a truck driver, so you know this issue very well beyond, of course, this horrific situation that has happened to your family. It looks like there's bipartisan support for this legislation. You've worked with Transportation Secretary Sean Duffy. Do you think that this could be done by the end of the year? How long do you think it's going to take to get this legislation passed to make the roads safer?
The way that we're getting progress right now, it looks like it's going to come pretty quick, and I'm hoping that it does. So we're going to be here in D.C. for the next week and a half pushing her law, for sure.
And who are you talking to specifically on the Hill who's helping you?
I've spoken with FMCSA. I've spoken with a couple of senators, and
it's fun to be on TV, right? You having a fun time dancing? Yeah? Well, I think that there is something to celebrate, I think, that we should talk about. I think there's a reason why Delilah is dancing. Do you want to tell us about who's here and what your big announcement is?
Yes, this is my now fiance, Dalilah.
And tell me about where you guys got engaged this week.
On the South Lawn at the White House. We were visiting the White House, and I proposed to her right there on the South Lawn. So
how did you get that idea?
It's been a long journey for us with Delilah. I've actually been wanting to propose to her for quite some time now, and all the fight that we've had, just with Delilah's case, and her standing there next to me throughout the entire thing, even when she felt this was going to be impossible, she still sat there and pushed me. So there's nobody that I would rather continue life journey with arguing and fighting. No, battling life.
Well, she's always right. You know that, right?
That's the way I live.
Yes.
That's the way I live.
Well, congratulations. You said you're one of very few people who have been able to get engaged at the White House. So that's what they say.
Yeah,
that's an amazing list to join, and we hope that Delilah can remember that when she gets older, and it's absolutely incredible. So when you get new information about the legislation, please let us know. I know that it's a journey, and there's lots that needs to be worked on, but we'd love to know more about what's happening. So you said you're here for a week and a half.
Yes.
What are your goals in terms of progress over the next week?
Getting this thing pushed to the Senate floor. This is something that's very dear to us, and evidently America is well aware of it. We've got huge amounts of support. So on her GoFundMe, a lot of people have started donating now, which is vital to us because that's what's keeping us here. It's very expensive here in D.C.
Of course it is. Yes, it is. You got engaged at the White House. Have you been in touch with officials there about their pressure maybe to get this piece of legislation passed on Capitol Hill?
We're hoping to get some meetings put in this week. So that's the whole purpose of us staying here for the additional time. We've made some contacts there at the White House, but the House of Reps is where we're going to be at.
Well, the president certainly knows who you are. Of course, he got a nice shout out at the State of the Union last night. It's unfortunate it was under these circumstances, but very happy she's getting this attention and the work that you're doing to keep everyone safe.
Thank you for watching. Subscribe below and download our NewsNation app right now on your phone, and you will get fact-based, unbiased news for all Americans.